All right, hi everyone. Thanks for joining us. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are joining us from. I'm Kylie Winkler. I work for NephCure. This is the second session of Monday Motivation. It's our virtual series hosted by Marc, Coronel, and Marcelo Peña. It happens every Monday right here on Facebook or on our Zoom account. It's a webinar you can check out for the month of April at 12:30 Eastern Time. So it really focuses on different breathing techniques to get your mind right, stretching exercises to just pump up and get your blood flowing to start off the week. I'll just ask that if everyone turns off their video if you're on the webinar. If you're joining on Facebook Live, you don't have to worry about that. Again, if you're on the Zoom account, we ask you to mute yourself, but we encourage you to ask questions. If you have anything specific for Marc or Marcelo, feel free to jot it down on Facebook on the comments or in the chat in Zoom. Marc and Marcelo both have very personal connections. They have FSGS. They understand what a lot of you guys are going through. Marcelo is currently on dialysis, and Marc is a recent transplant recipient. And they're really just here to help you guys kind of get through this tough time. You know, it's a lot going on with COVID-19. But they're really here to help, and I will turn it over first to Marcelo, and he's going to take us through a breathing exercise. So, hey, Marcelo.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Okay, so if you're sitting down, if you can't get up, let's stand up, and I want y'all to just shake. Shake your arms, shake your hands. If you're in a dialysis chair or you can't stand up, you can do stretching your neck. Or neck circles. Well, right now we just want to move. Just move a little bit. Get that blood flowing. You can jump, just jump a little bit. Shake your legs. Last week we did the 5-second in, 5-second hold, 5-second out. We call that the yes breath. We're going to start off with that again, and then we're going to go into another one called pranayama. So let's just listen to my voice. And again, if you feel off in any kind of way, just stop, check on yourself, check your body, and just relax. I don't want you to stress yourself out. I don't want you to feel stressed in any kind of way, okay? But I want you to be aware of your pains, be aware of the tension in your body, because you want to breathe into that, okay? Okay, this is very gentle, very simple. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Hold on, Kylie, you got the video for me? I actually have a visual.
Yes, I'm getting it up. Sorry, just a second.
We're new to this. We're brand new to this, but there we go. That's it. So we're just gonna follow this video, and you're gonna hear my voice breathing with you guys, and I'm gonna be doing it with you. 3. Here we go. Go ahead, Kylie, we're good. When we do these breathing exercises, we're actually tapping into the nervous system, deep into the body. We usually don't get into these stages because we do a lot of shallow breathing. I want you guys to focus on breathing into the stomach. Be aware of your body. Feel the changes happening. Last year, I actually had diverticulitis where I had to have a piece of my intestine taken out. And I had to have an ostomy bag for 3 months. So I know people that have to go through that, I bow down, because that's something very hard to deal with. I had to have reconstruction surgery to put everything back together because of the infection. And it was hard for me because I couldn't breathe. And I was doing so well with my exercises, and this just knocked me down. But after I recovered a little bit, I got back into my breathing. And I think that my recovery happened even quicker because of the breathing. It's been 6 months since that happened. So now I know that if we're consistent and disciplined with these techniques, and along with Marc doing his stretching, that's like what the body needs. To move, to have oxygen in the system, get the blood flowing. When you exhale, just push all that stress, all that anxiety, get it all out. Anxiety is nothing more than built up energy. Get it out. pH levels are rising. Your blood is becoming alkaline. And when we learn how to breathe correctly, we're making everything in the body stronger. If you think about it, one of the main things about COVID-19 is that it affects our respiratory system. We've become so weak because we don't breathe correctly that if we get sick, we need breathing machines to help us stay alive. And we could bypass that by doing these breathing exercises a few times a week, along with the techniques that Marc teaches with stretching. We have the power, we really do. If you're a human on earth, God, Allah, spirit, source, whatever you call him, call it, designed you perfectly to be able to fight anything. We have to get back into it. Just be aware of your body. Focus on your breath. Focus on your breath. Pay attention to the breath. Awesome. We're done. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I feel calm because I was doing it with you a little bit. And I'm going to pass you on over to Marc. He's going to take you to the stretching. And I hope to see you next week. Thank you.
How you guys doing today? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, great. I hope you guys had a good week. So now I'm gonna get through more of the stretching portion of the second portion of Marcelo's breathing techniques, and I hope that a lot of you guys are already relaxed from the breathing. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to sit down, and the reason why I'm doing sit down stretches today, and we're gonna start off with sitting down stretches, because I just left the hospital to come to the NephCure Foundation to make sure that everyone on here is fully stretched out and fully aware of their body. So I just actually got my blood drawn, so I'm really excited to do this. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to bring in that right leg and you're going to reach for your toes. And I want you to just sit there for a moment and just reflect on your weekly schedule. You know, this is something I've been doing since transplant. I'm December 10th was my transplant date, and they told me that I couldn't work out. And me being so active, I needed to figure out, well, what else can I do to just get my body moving? I know in the hospital, hold that for about another 3 seconds. In the hospital, they say as long as you can get up and move around after transplant, the quicker you can get out of here. So that means that you're healing better. So I decided, okay, well, I asked the doctor, well, is it okay if and I want you guys to switch. I asked the doctor, can we, well, is there anything I can do outside of just walking around my house, because I'm a little bit more active than regular. And especially with times like this that we're on coronavirus and we're constantly at the house, what can we do to alter our body to get to that high level of relaxation? And what I came to realize is that stretching and breathing is one of the key sources to get that body going. You know, they say the structure to they say structure is a roadmap to hope. And this was my hope to get through my kidney transplant daily. And now that I'm 4 months out, I want you guys to bring your legs in. Good. And I really want to emphasize that you do Marcelo's breathing techniques as you're doing these stretches while we hold for 5 to 10 seconds. Again, I'm not a yoga expert. I'm an athlete. I grew up training. I learned a lot of these stretching techniques from my superior coaches in the Olympics. I was training with the Olympic team. I've seen how they stretch and how they were getting ready and getting their body physically acclimated to getting more active. So these are a lot more stretches. I am not a yogi of any sort, but I am a fitness professional that does know the human body. And I still want to emphasize that you guys are constantly keep breathing while you're doing this, okay? So when you get into this position here particularly, what I want you to do is use your elbows, and I want you to push down, and I want you to make sure that your back is completely upright, okay? So you're going to open up your hip flexors, and then you're going to work on that back to get that alignment straight, okay? Make sure that you're breathing while you're doing this. Like inhale deeply, not just, I want you to make sure that you get into that diaphragm, that stomach. I want you to inhale every possible air you can breathe in your home and just intake that. And then you're going to relax. And what I want you guys to do again is push against your knees one more time. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're breathing. Good. This is all for self, you know. This is what I do daily. This is my meditation. This is my form of understanding of self in times like this. Is as I stated last week. So we're gonna get into a pigeon pose from this position. So what's gonna happen is this left leg is gonna go around you, and you're gonna keep your right leg in front of you. So it looks like this. Okay. Good. So that left leg comes around you, behind you. And I don't know if you guys can see, but my right leg's in front of me. And like I was explaining last week, I was doing these exercises with you guys to love yourself. I mean, these stretch programs that I particularly do, I tend to say that to myself every time I do these stretches, you know, you know, I was talking to my doctor. He said, you know, when you meditate on loving your kidneys, you know, and that's what I've been doing. I constantly shed a lot of my mental practice on saying, kidney, you're doing okay. Kidney, you're doing okay. And with these stretch techniques, I do the same thing. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Good. You're going to feel that stretch. What I want you to do now is come around the other way. So that leg's going to come back around. Oops, sorry. And you're going to bring your left leg forward and your right leg behind you. You're gonna feel that stretch in your glutes, your hamstrings, particularly this portion of your leg, okay? Good. You're gonna just breathe. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're breathing. And check your headspace. Where are you at? What does your mental state say? Are you feeling depressed? Are you happy? Are you sad? And align that. Keep that in check. You know, a lot of my thing is, especially being on anti-rejection medication, is the mood swings. And I really have to keep that in check, because with me not being able to go out and enjoy life, this is my second chance at life. And for me to stay in, I mean, I was in for 3 months. So this is my 4th month. So it's not really nothing new, but I was looking forward to enjoying the sun, and looking forward to going to the beaches, and it got cut short. You know, I was looking forward to getting back into a regular routine of working out and working with different clients. Good. I hope you guys are still breathing. You're gonna come back around. You're gonna extend your left leg and bring your right leg over, and you're gonna turn. So those were the complications as a transplant patient that I had to deal with. Was I looked forward to just going out. I looked forward to going into Umami Burger, Fat Burger, any of those burger places, and just have a sit down burger, because I couldn't have tomatoes. I couldn't have certain food diet restrictions, and that got cut short. But you know what? I'm making the best out of my situation, like I did while I was on dialysis. And those of you who are on dialysis, we make the best out of our situation, right? So yeah, there's a lot of things that we got to do. There's a lot of things we have to be grateful for, like having our lives, you know, just taking a step back and just appreciating the sun, the phone calls we get to have with our families, you know. Those are the things that I've thought about as I get better at understanding myself. Now you guys are gonna switch, understanding yourself when going through these situations. You know what I'm saying? I got my lab work done today. I was really nervous to going into the hospital. It was UCLA Medical, and there's actually quite a few patients who have COVID-19. But I can't live in scarcity. I can't live in being scared about life, you know, especially getting a second chance at life. You get this opportunity of like, wow, I don't have to deal with the types of restrictions that I once had, you know. Good. You're going to hold that there for about another 2 more seconds. And good. Relax. Great. So if you guys do have any form of rope, any bandana, any form of anything, I want you to place that over your foot. And if you can't go too far forward, you can just pull on your band, and you're going to feel it behind your legs. And I want you to just pull forward and feel that stretch. Good, good. Now I want to make sure that you guys are very aware. This is a mind over matter thing. You know what I'm saying? I constantly keep thinking when I do these stretches of like, is my mind in check? Is my breathing in check? Is my reality in check? You know, is the world getting to my head? I can't change everything around me, but what I can do is change my attitude, how I view things. Remember, it's the cause that we create in here that affect our surroundings. That is the cause and effect method that I came to realize with, is that whatever we cause to ourselves affects our surroundings. We don't need to magnify our what is it called? Our troubles. What we got to magnify is our blessings. We're breathing, we're alive. Good. I want you guys to hold that. Hold that for about another 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. So what I want you guys to do now is come right into an up dog, which is here. And I needed to stretch out my core. And I'm going very light on this only because my incision point is in my abdominal walls, right? So I got a kidney there. So I can't really get into the full up dog position, but I'm going to do what I can. So I hope that you guys can get there and really get to that point of really just stretching that abdominal wall and looking up and praising that you guys are alive and and woke up today, some healthy, some immune compromised, some, you know, fighting for their lives, but we're here. We're doing this as a culture, as a team, for the foundation, the NephCure Foundation. Good. So what I want you guys to do now is turn to the left, and you're gonna open up your right side, your right abdominal wall. Turn to the right. So for me, this is a little challenging, and I can't do a full rotational turn, a 90-degree turn, because my kidney incision is right there. And I got to be very cautious of my body. And those of you guys who aren't cautious, if you start feeling strains in your body, if you start feeling, you know, your body will speak to you. It'll say that's going too far, and it'll start pulling the muscles. You don't want to get to that point. You want to get to the point of relaxation. Now go to the left side, ladies and gentlemen. Go to that left side. Great. See, this side's perfectly fine for me. I can go a little bit more, but on my right, I can't. So your body will definitely tell you you're overexerting your muscle groups. And that's what you don't want. You want to feel a more, wow, this feels amazing to just get to this point. Good. You want to hold that position for about another 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Great. What I want you guys to do now is get in right into child's pose here, which is to stretch out your shoulder blades. I like this position here because it lets me relax as myself. It gets zoned into just me. Understand who I am, what I've gone through for the week, my understanding of self, and that's really what it's about. Is getting in tune with who we are as a person, what makes me tick, what makes me happy, and starving your ego and feeding your soul. This is when I get to this point here. I love feeding my soul and showing the love that it needs. You're gonna come right back up and go right back down. Good. And just stay there for a moment and reflect. Did you change someone's life today? A simple phone call. Hey, how you doing? Makes a big difference and goes a long way. So if you guys are here with us today, give someone a call. And that's my goal for you today, outside of our breathing and stretching, is give someone a call and tell them that you're thinking about them, because I realize that makes such a big difference. Even me getting calls today, what I want you guys to do now is going around in a circular rotation with your hips. You know, getting those calls really means a lot, and people emphasize that on the media and all these social outlets, that making a phone call makes a difference, and it really, really does. You know, family members, friends you haven't talked to in a while. They say there's more connection now, but there should have been more connection in life, period. And that's what we lack. And now that we get it, we have to take advantage of that. You know, now you guys are going to go the other side. We got to take advantage of loving ourselves and everybody around us, you know. Good. So what you guys are going to do now is get right into a down dog position, and you're going to slowly, actually just hold that position for a second, and you're going to flex your Achilles tendon. Let me turn to the side a little bit. Here. There you go. So what you guys are going to do now is flex your Achilles tendon. Good. And then you're going to slowly come up. And I want you to stay in this position here. Let those hands dangle. Breathe. Relax. Oh, by the way, Marcelo, I forgot to tell you, man, since I've been doing those breathing techniques, my blood pressure dropped about 5. So I was 128 over 96. I'm a solid 120 over 80. So thank you for that. I really appreciate the insight on breathing. I never really took that to heart, but it definitely, even with taking blood pressure medications, I can tell that I'm definitely dropping my blood pressure and relaxing on life a little bit. So
That's
thank you for
awesome,
that.
man. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I had to say something because that makes me happy to hear that. Hell
Of course. So I want you guys to dangle here. this here, what I do is I bring my hands up close to here, and this is a form of me loving myself again. You know what I'm saying? I got to constantly stay aware of my feelings, of my anti-rejection emotional roller coaster, and making sure that I keep it in check instead of it keeping me in check. You know, I have to be aware and very in tune with myself. And just like everyone else, we should be in tune with how we feel and find the root to that. So you guys are going to come up, you're going to come up overhead and just reach for the stars and just chill, you know? Just reach, 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 reach. I want you guys to just stay there, come down, and just inhale, exhale. Just relax, just come up again. Reach, I want you guys to reach for the stars. Reach for any higher possibility you can. You know, God is everywhere. Whatever you believe in, God, that form of nature is everywhere. Give it a high five, you know. Whatever you believe in, give it a high five. You're gonna come back down. Remember those hugs? Do that to yourself. Do that to yourself. Give me about 5 more times. And I want you guys to reach for the stars one more time, because that's what it's about. Reaching for the stars and making sure. I never understood what reaching for the stars meant, but that is a longer version of that 4-letter word called hope. Reach for the stars. And that's what that means for me when someone says reach for the stars, reach out, look forward. Just that's my sense of hope. I remember being on dialysis. What you guys gonna do now is get back into that hugging about 3 times, and you're gonna get right into your right side. Good. Good. When I was on dialysis, I always looked forward to that reach for the stars moment, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. I would always emphasize that with myself, and it gave me a sense of relaxation, knowing that I was really depressed, and you know, a lot of things weren't going so right, but I stuck to it. You know, I didn't lose my cool while doing it. You're gonna go overhead, and I want you to turn. Good. You're gonna go out that way. Okay. Make sure you go out that way. Good. I want you to hold that. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch sides and turn. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax, ladies and gentlemen. Relax, relax. So we got about a minute left. What I want you guys to do for your last minute is sit right back on the ground. And what I want you to do is just sit and reflect. How you doing? Mentally, just check in with yourself. How do you feel? How is that stretch? How are those breathing techniques? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this timer for 1 minute. And once that timer goes off, that'll be it for our session. So I want you to just check in. Time starts now. Just check in. How do you feel? How was Marcelo's breathing techniques? How was the stretch? You feel at ease? The goal is to try to be in this mind state through this whole process, because we start to learn our true strength when everything is stripped away from us. Our social life, our meeting with people, hugging people, just everything, even things simply as going to the supermarket, having to be away 6 feet away from each other. So this is definitely a new norm. So for the last 30 seconds, just unwind and just stay there. And just thank yourself for being here, you know? Thank yourself for just waking up and being. So let's get into that for the last 30 seconds. And time, ladies and gentlemen. Good job. Good job. I hope you guys can enjoy your day. If you can step out in your front porch or look out to the sun, remember, we always gotta look at the best out of the situation and make the best out of the situation, you know. Especially those of you guys who have FSGS, it's not the end of the world. Me and Marcelo are proven beings that we're here continuing on with life, trying to find ways to better ourselves. So you guys have a good day, and I'll see you guys next week.
One
Thank
second, Mark, before you go, one Melissa on Facebook commented, I guess it's not a question, more of a comment, but she mentions that you also get mood swings from anti-rejection medication too.
Right.
Can you just elaborate on that, or is something helped you with that?
Again, so things like this, like stretching and doing the breathing that Marcelo does to really just keep my being in check, because I get those mood swings because I'm on a couple of milligrams on prednisone, and that's what it does. It gives you a moon face. It makes you retain water. So I'm taking 3 different types of anti-rejection medications, which the mood swings go from here to a very high peak like Mount Everest high, down to a very, very low. So what you got to do is just constantly keep feeding that soul, constantly keep hearing what me and Marcelo were saying about working on yourself, about doing those breathing techniques, and really just checking in on yourself, because we lose that focus of understanding when we get into that. Why do I feel like this? And now I can understand why I go through that. So I just say, man, you know what? It's just me going into a bad day. Give yourself credit. And this is what I do, you know, because my fiance says, man, you were in a bad mood, you know, and I tell myself, you know what? I was. And the first thing you should do is really check yourself and say, you know what? I was. This is not normally me. So that's one thing that I do as a person who fights with those mood swings, is I check myself and say, this is not the normal me today. You know, tomorrow I'm different. Like yesterday I was really moody because I didn't work out. I needed a day rest when I went into the hospital, and I got moody, and I seen myself get moody, and my fiance told me that, and I really had to check myself and said sorry to her, but I also had to say sorry to myself, you know. So try that. Maybe that'll work for you. And if Marcelo got a point, please elaborate as well, brother.
Yeah, I used to actually be on Prozac and Zoloft. And to be honest, what helped me get off of that is the breathing. There's other techniques that I do that help. The ones that I'm doing now is just more to calm you down, to get you prepped for the other ones that will help with that imbalance. But I honestly believe it's my diet. I only drink water or seltzer water because I'm Spanish, but my diet, I eat very clean. I don't eat any packaged food. I move. I get the blood flowing. I use the massage gun. You probably seen the commercial of it. It gets blood moving, and I don't have restless leg syndrome anymore because of that. It's just all these little techniques like that you implement in your daily routine, and you slowly do that every day. But you don't, because my thing is, when people say just think about it, just try to have happy thoughts, like, yeah, that is a big part of it. It really is, but there's also something there that's not right. You know what I'm saying? And when we're not eating the correct foods, you can feel it. So just try that. Just try that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, just try that, and you'll see things change.
That's great. Thanks for that advice, guys. A lot of people are saying thank you on Facebook as well. So that will wrap up the second session. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us. And thank you, Marc and Marcelo, for your time. Hope you have a
Thank you.
great day.
Great.
Bye.
Thank you.